David,
He calls everyone young.
what year did you start? Like, when was your first video? The weight loss video? Do you remember what year that was?
Which weight loss video? Because I tried multiple times and I failed hella times. You know what pissed me off though is when I would do this weight loss shit, right?
Right.
And then I would go on these shows and I would lose like 10 pounds.
Right.
And then maybe I'll gain back 20. And then somebody meets me and they go, bro, can I tell you something? I actually lost 100 pounds and you've inspired me. And I'm looking at them like, hey, fucking shit. Like, I gained 20 pounds, you fuck.
Right.
You know, so I only recently lost the weight, like maybe a year and a half ago. Maybe
Bro,
2
you're
years
looking
ago.
good right now, man.
And so like I'm trying to keep
Keto
up this
or
life.
what?
No, just eating like a normal human being, man. I would literally eat like I'm going to the electric chair tomorrow.
Bro.
Every day.
Talk to him.
And
That's exactly what
What do
I
you
am,
mean?
bro.
Like last meal?
Like last meal. Like,
yeah, like the quantity of the
wow.
amount.
because you know what happens? Like, because I grew up so fucking broke, right?
Right.
Like, I didn't know what an appetizer was.
Right.
And then, usually when the cash starts to flow in, it's like, I could try this. I could try that.
Spinach artichoke.
Yeah. And like Korean parents are like, make sure you finish everything on
For
your plate.
sure.
Right.
So that shit's beaten inside me.
Yeah.
So it's like what the fuck's a leftover? I'm just
he's
gonna
the
eat
same.
everything.
I'm the exact same way. Like, if you go to a Korean restaurant with me, all the panchans are cleaned
Well, we call
out.
him Justin Pibyo. Like at the end, he puts all of Pibyo means mix, and at the end he just mixes it all. One last bite.
I felt the meal was incomplete unless I had 4 of those silver rice bowls, bro. You know, Roy Choi, Chef Roy Choi, he calls me MC 4-bops because when I went to his Korean restaurant Pot at the Line Hotel, like I ate everything he brought out, like cleaned it. You know what I mean? Africa style, cleaned it, ate 4 bops, and yeah, man, I could eat more. Like that was a thing.
Like
But
rice is my vice, so I try to stay
rice
away
is my
from that
vice.
shit.
Right.
So like if there's no way I could eat one bowl of fucking rice. That's like telling me to eat one taco.
that's
Yeah.
It
one
doesn't
chip,
work.
one Pringle. You can't do that.
Yeah, because our fucking panchan's hella cha, so we
Right.
need that shit.
You need it to
Yeah,
counterbalance.
for sure.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Dude.
so they set me up for fucking failure. And
Right.
then, it's weird too, because Korean parents have this weird habit of calling you a fat fuck, but then ask you why you're not eating. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck is
dude.
what kind of mental
exactly.
fuck shit is that?
Yeah,
dude?
yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
shit, for sure.
My mom would literally, she'll do this Thanksgiving too when I go back to Sacramento. 'Cause,
Right.
I'll sit there and then she'll be happy that I lost this weight because I'm healthier, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll sit there and be like, I'm done with this food. Then she'll be like, what's wrong with my food? I was like, you have literally called me a fat fuck for 30 years. What are you saying right now, right? And she'll don't food. Then she'll fucking take all my food away and then she'll be mad. Then I'll eat it. Then she goes, yeah, come on, Mo. I'm like, what are you?
Mad
win.
wishy-washy,
You can't
dude.
win. Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
but
you can't
you
win.
can't win. My dad would do the same thing. He'd be like, the dangers of ramen and how much you shouldn't. And while he's cracking a ramen, while he's cracking it.
My parents used to do this shit that I used to do a stand-up bit about it. But Korean parents are one of the only parents that will sock you in the mouth and ask you why you're crying.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Oh
how
my
many
God.
times my dad has socked me in the face and be like,
Yeah.
why are you crying? The weirdo. I'm
Yeah.
like, you just socked me in the mouth. I'm 8. You're 40.
Right.
What the
That's
fuck
my
did you
only
think?
response.
Or like
to
when
it.
my
I don't know
mom
what
used to, or like my dad used to hit me and be like, you know why, right?
No, I don't.
Like,
Like, you just hit me,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. No, the mental, they used to, do you have parents that used to hit themselves? Like, you're doing this to me.
No, my dad.
Yeah, that's next level.
Dude, that's
damn.
some crazy. My dad used to do this other shit where he would take his fist out
Toggle.
and then I would have to punch my own
Oh,
face.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
hate
That's
that
a
shit.
form of like disrespect. And
That's
just
some, like,
mind
mental
fuck.
shit,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then he did that to me too, but you'd have to train where you come in hard and then stop. You'd be like,
You can't hit it. You don't want to like go into it too hard either. That's like-
yeah.
My dad is so funny, dude. Like people don't realize like how bad like Korean parents would beat the shit out of their sons.
Oh,
they didn't give a fuck. I once got beat so bad I couldn't go to school for a week, and I thought that was just normal.
Oh, wow.
Like my dad beat my ass so hard, both my ass cheeks turned purple.
Damn.
And I couldn't sit in a chair.
Right.
And so I was like, and when I got older, I was like, yo, that was child abuse.
That was low key, high key. That was some
yeah.
fucking.
What was the worst thing you got hit with? Do you remember?
Oh man, I got hit by everything. Let's see. Let's go down the category. You know what the thing I hated the most? Actually, I'm not sure if you guys got hit by this shit. But you know those little green bamboo sticks that used to hold up plants?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I called that shit the fucking silent but deadly because you know actually when it was you could hear it because of the whip, but it was so fast you couldn't see
You
it.
couldn't see it.
Right,
So
right,
it was
right,
like you're
right,
gonna get your ass beat by a ghost.
Right. It was like that rush hour kick. Like, yo, which one of y'all?
I call it the delay too because they would whip. It would hit my back and I'm like,
You don't feel it. Yes.
that one little delay. Ah!
That bamboo stick comes under the same family as a radio antenna.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Radio
talking about?
antenna,
And then,
for
I'm a
sure.
dry cleaner's kid, so the wire hangers.
Oh, that coat hanger all day.
My mom would
My
have the
parents
hardest
don't
time
coat-
like ripping off the I love you customer. I love customers. Yeah, dude.
So you
that's
guys,
nuts.
both your parents do dry cleaning?
Well, my own clothing stores.
Yeah.
So we have
it's the next
hangers
level up.
involved as well, for sure. But
I clean his shit.
but my dad was when I was younger, my dad was a sabomni. He was a master, like a taekwondo master.
Oh shit!
So he wouldn't physically as much. Like there's a couple times where he might have done like a spinning back kick now and then.
Jesus.
But it was more of like a do push-ups for like 30 minutes and have your feet up
Right,
on a thing, or like.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Did you have to do the fucking
More endurance?
where you had to
Yeah,
put
of
your hand
course.
up?
Books and
bro.
all that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. The remote control. The 2 remote controls, man.
Oh yeah,
they
yeah.
got
for
creative
sure.
with it.
The
Dude,
wall.
Korean people punish their children in the most creative fucking ways,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like I remember this one time, like I got caught cheating in school, and so my teacher called my parents, and I remember I went. This is a white lady, right?
Right,
I was
right.
like, you don't grow up in a Korean household. I was like, I beg you, don't tell my parents. Please don't tell my parents.
This is a life and death situation.
And the funny thing was, like, I didn't realize that she wasn't white. Her last name is Escobar. She's Mexican, but she doesn't speak Spanish.
Right.
And so she don't give a fuck. She
don't give a fuck.
She don't give a fuck.
No.
Mexican people are just another version of Korean people.
100%.
And so I was like, okay. And so I was like, I beg you, please don't tell me. She goes, David, I have to do it. And then when I got home, I had to do this shit where I had to get on my knees. I had to hold this. I remember it was this green plastic chair like this. And then if it dropped down, it was so heavy, it would smash my head. But then because it smashed my head and I dropped my hand, my dad would hit me in the ass with the stick. So it was just this. So I had a huge lump on my head and a huge
Oh my
fucking
God,
welt on my
bro.
ass. So my
That's
parents
nuts.
were ruthless, dude.
Now let me ask you now, because my parents too, shout out to my parents. They were
Love my
very
parents.
they were very physical back then, but are they now softies now or what?
No, my
Whoa,
mom is
shit.
a fucking horangi, dude. She doesn't give a fuck, man.
Still?
She's so funny though. But me and my mom, we're like best friends. We get along really
Right.
well. But she's always been an extreme lady. My father's a pastor, dude.
Oh,
so
really?
So he's a pastor, and we own a beauty supply store too. So I got two of them.
both.
Wow, dude.
So my mom has gotten more